What's up, G Show Land, and welcome to another episode of the G Show Podcast. I am G1, and this is the Geek Out. It's Monday, August 14th. You know what that means. Another round of the box office news, and oh my God, are we getting tired already? Are we getting tired? Apparently not. Apparently not. Because Barbie is still number one at the box office. It's like a fourth week in a row. Barbie forever. That seems to be the case. There's just no stopping this thing, right? There's just no stopping this movie, I tell you. It's definitely something special to behold. I don't think any movie this year held on to the number one spot 4 weeks in a row and dominantly the way Barbie has been dominating. It's a crazy ride. It's a crazy, crazy ride. 4 weeks in and Barbie's still number one. Good Lord have mercy. And not only that, but surprise, surprise, guess who blew back into second place? Oppenheimer. I don't know if it was the Barbiheimer thing still going on. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% certain. But Oppenheimer jumped back into second place. Second place. Completely obliterating the Meg on its way up. And yeah, it's a testament to that movie because that movie's 4 weeks in. Last week it took a dip. And I think it was at number 4 last week. I'm not 100% certain. I'm pretty certain. Yeah, but oh no, it was at number 3 last week. Oppenheimer was at number 3. I just checked my notes. Pardon me. Oppenheimer was at number 3. Now it's back at number 2 with the Ninja Turtles legitly jumping the shark and taking the third spot. Which, last week when it opened up in 4th place. And it's just crazy to think that way. And speaking of the Meg 2, falling from 2nd to 4th. I mean, yeah, it's sinking. But at least it stayed afloat, at least for 1 week. Unlike, poor last Voyage of the Demeter, which opened up number 5 with an abysmal $6 million. Let's get to these numbers before we go any further. All right, Barbie, again, number 1. $33 million this thing took in this weekend. That's crazy. $33.7 million. Barbie's continuing to reign at the box office. It is unbelievable. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I tell you, it's a good look. It's a good look for Mattel. It's a good look for Warner Brothers, who has had some trouble this year in the theaters. Flash, Shazam. It's a really good look for them. And it's a really good look for Margot Robbie, in my personal opinion. That this right here, she could probably write her ticket to whatever she wants to make next. If they're not rushing out Barbie number 2. I hope not. I hope to take their time. But the strike's still going on, so we don't even know when we're going to get any movies back. Oppenheimer coming in 2nd place with $18.8 million domestic box office this weekend. Continuing to hold strong, like honest to God. The power of Christopher Nolan and a great cast pretty much means everything. And like I said at the top, is Barbiheimer still a thing? I don't know. Maybe somewhat, kinda. But the fact that there is Ninja Turtles, a giant shark movie, and Dracula all in the theaters at the same time, and Oppenheimer is holding strong at number 2, is a testament to that movie. And speaking of number 3, and the Ninja Turtles, last week they opened up at 4th place. Oh yeah, look, it's right in my face. Haha, look at that. Last week it opened up in 4th place, and this week is at 3rd with $15.7 million. That's not bad. It's not a bad haul. But I don't know, $72 million so far in 2 weeks. It's good. It is good. I mean, the competition is there. But I don't know. It's a Ninja Turtle flick. I feel like it should have made more money just on the name recognition. But who knows? Maybe those Michael Bay produced live action Ninja Turtles movies kind of sullied the name. Is it too fast for something like this to come out? Listen to what we were talking about last week. There's a lot of reasons why my guest last week didn't want to see the movie. So I don't know if that, rolls over for everybody else. But it's a strong possibility because, in all honesty, this movie should be at least number 2 for the, second weekend in a row. But it's not. It climbs up from 4th to 3rd. That's not bad. But the Meg 2, The Trench, wee. I tell you, me and my buddies, me and my fellas, me and the rest of the G show in our group chat, with the exception of JR, man, they are holding on strong with this movie. Like, they love it, and I can't take nothing away. But at that 30 million opening last week to 12.7 million this weekend, I think it's done. Here, at least here in the States. I think the Meg 2 is done. It's hit its peak. The people who wanted to see it went and saw it, and now we just wait for it to come out on probably HBO Max, probably Max, since it is also a co-produced by Warner Brothers, distributed by Warner Brothers, I should say. But internationally, the movie's making money. Internationally, the Meg, here we go. The Meg made $204 million. That's it. That's insane. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Where here it's sitting at $54 million in 2 weeks domestically. Internationally in 2 weeks, $204 million. There's definitely a third one coming. No doubt in my mind. Definitely a third Meg movie coming. And I know that will make Gam Gams and Brother Chase extremely, extremely happy. But what doesn't make me happy? I really kind of feel bad because here's what I was hoping for. Like, Barbie is Barbie, right? But Barbie has this certain, this certain online community meme structured thing going for it that's just not stopping, right? And again, name recognition, name brands, Margot Robbie, all that definitely plays a factor. Plus, women seem to love this movie a lot. So, I was hoping that maybe a trend could be made for The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Maybe there would be some kind of an internet craze that said, you know what? Let's buck the system and let's go see this movie. Let's put our money into seeing this movie. Because, I mean, come on. Dracula's a voyage from Transylvania to England? Why not? Why not? I gotta be honest, I didn't get to see it this weekend. I was kind of tied up. I really, really wanted to go. I really did. But things just got caught up. Things got in the way. I wasn't able to go see it. I am hoping to see it this weekend. I will go pay for it. But being that it opened up with only $6.5 million, I think that might be its peak. And it's just going to go downhill from there. Which means that possibly, this movie is going to be on Peacock in about 2 to 3 weeks. Possibly. Now, it's sad, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, when you look at this year's past and the movies that did not perform in the box office at all, they were already on Amazon Prime within a week. You can rent the movie. Within a week, you can rent that movie on Amazon. And that was crazy. I'm looking at movies like Sisu, for instance. That movie came out and it felt like it was only out for a weekend, and then they already had it on Amazon Prime to rent. It's a disturbing trend, but for those who don't personally like going to the movie theaters to see movies, and this is the type of genre they're into, it works in their favor. But it's weird. I'm not mad at it. It's just weird seeing that nowadays, you can rent a movie that is still playing in theaters within a week. And I honestly believe that's where the last voyage of the Demeter is going. It's going to be rentable real soon because, yeah, opening weekend, I mean, granted, you had Barbie to contend with. You still had a bunch of things to contend with. But that's, 6.5, that's no good, all things considering. And then I look at the distributor, Universal Pictures, and I'm saying, well, maybe it's the universe balancing itself, right? It's saying, well, Fast X and the Super Mario Brothers movie made buku bucks, right? Mario still sitting at top number one with over $1 billion. Barbie close second. Barbie's a closing in second, right? Let's see what she's got. Oh yeah, Super Mario sitting at the worldwide box office number one with $1,357,000,000. Barbie is right behind that with $1,187,000,000. Now, Mario's been out since April. Barbie's been out for a month. So that's crazy. I just can't see... I can't see Barbie not being the number one movie of the year when it's all said and done. I absolutely believe she's going to be the queen of the box office. The ruler, if you will, of the box office. But, yeah. Maybe that's what happened. The universe balanced itself out. Same way the universe balanced itself out when you look at Shazam and The Flash and how Warner Brothers thought they were going to make money and they absolutely flopped. Barbie, the universe shifted back into Warner Brothers' favor and now Barbie gets all the money. Who knows? If you believe in that type of stuff, that's probably what it is. The cosmos righting itself. But that's really it. I mean, this week coming, the only movie that's coming out, if I'm not mistaken, is Blue Beetle. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Before I get into Blue Beetle, I want to talk about Ahsoka. But Blue Beetle's coming out, and I don't know. I don't think that movie is going to... You know what? Let's talk Blue Beetle now. Let's do that instead of Ahsoka. We'll save Ahsoka for last. Let's talk Blue Beetle now. I don't know. I think this movie's been set up to fail. I don't want to say that. I don't really believe that. There has been a lot of promotional material, especially all over the social medias. For crying out loud, I can't go like 3-4 posts without seeing a Blue Beetle sponsored post, which ain't bad. And in all honesty, that makes sense. I don't even watch a lot of regular TV anymore. That's going to change real soon because football season's about to start, baby! Real soon. But I don't know if on, for instance, baseball games, they're marketing this movie. I have no clue. Social media seems to be the right move, seems to be the safe bet. I don't know how much money that is in terms of what it would cost putting it on a nationally broadcast sport game. Which I'm pretty sure has cost a pretty penny. But at the same time, I just don't know. I don't see any kind of buzz generating with this. And the way I look at it, first off, I love Blue Beetle. I want to get that out the way. Jaime's one of my favorite characters. I dig the shit out of Blue Beetle. But I'm also a realist in the sense that outside of the comic book world, like us comic book geeks, nobody knows who the Blue Beetle is. Nobody. Never had their own cartoon show. Yes, they showed up on the phenomenal Young Justice Season 2, and Season 2 is the phenomenal season. That's what I'm trying to say. But outside of that, again, if you're not a comic book geek like I am, if you're not in it, do you even know who that is? I think he showed up on Batman the Brave and the Bold. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty certain I seen a caricature of him in that. I never personally watched that show. It was not for me. But the general movie-going audience don't know who this is. And, I mean, you can even take Shazam, for instance. You had Zach Levi, who, in geek world, he's kind of a name, right? People know who he is. Shazam's been around for a while. Granted, he was Captain Marvel back in the day, but still, Shazam. it's not like a Batman or Captain America or Iron Man type of recognizable name. Superman, Spider-Man, obviously. But he had a TV show back in the 70s, right? He had a cartoon, right? I mean, it was there. The second movie, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, but nobody else did, and it tanked. But people know who Shazam is. The Flash, again, what happened there? One could only speculate. Was it the Ezra Miller thing? I find it hard to believe it was superhero fatigue because Spider-Man was still doing buku bucks during that time. Oh, wait, the Spider-Man controversy too. I forgot to put that down. As minute as it is, we'll get into that. But Blue Beetle, on the other hand, really doesn't have any type of significant outing where people would be like, oh, wow, they're making a Blue Beetle movie. I want to go see it outside of the comic book world. So I think that's hard right off the bat. Now, I don't know nothing about the cast except for George Lopez. And I'm not even a fan. I just know who George Lopez is. I know the George Lopez show. I've seen him on other things. But outside of George Lopez, I don't know the cast. I don't know them. And I'm pretty sure everybody in that cast... Oh, wait, I think who's in it? There's some famous actress in there that they show quick who's the bad guy, I guess. I forgot who it is. But still, all that being said, it's a superhero movie that Warner Brothers is distributing, and right now Warner Brothers' track record for superhero movie distributions is somewhat down the drain, and it ain't looking good. So I would love to see Blue Beetle actually, do some decent damage in the box office. And honestly, when I saw that first trailer, I was like, yeah, you know what? That's probably not for me. Again, that's an HBO Max thing. I'll wait for it to come out. But as it's getting closer and closer, and now it's this week, I kind of got an itch. I kind of want to go see it just the spite. Just the spite. I kind of do. And not even just the spite. I shouldn't even say that. I'm a superhero fan. I like Jaime. I should be thrilled to see this movie. But again, it didn't really get me. It didn't get me going. It looks pretty. The visuals look dope as hell. But I don't know. I don't know. I have zero ideas. So hopefully my fingers are crossed. This movie should have had a premiere already. I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen anybody talk about this movie, like out of theater reactions or, non-spoiler reviews from the people that I look and frequent on like YouTube. Haven't seen anything yet. So I'm wondering if Warner Brothers knows it's not that good, even though you got James Gunn swearing by this movie. Even though you got James Gunn all over social media swearing by this movie. And the crazy thing is, he was doing the same thing with The Flash. And then The Flash came out and it tanked. And James Gunn kind of went silent when it comes down to these films. So I don't know. We'll see if it starts ramping up again this week because Blue Beetle's this week, obviously. But that may be a sign of not a good outcome. And that's unfortunate. It is really unfortunate. But who knows? We'll see. Maybe it comes out and it opens at number 2. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it comes out and, oh my God, beats Barbie. Who knows? Right now, Barbie made $33 million this opening weekend. All that movie needs to do, Blue Beetle, all Blue Beetle needs to do is make $35 million and it can beat Barbie. Because if anything, Barbie, I'll say this week might have this weekend coming, might have a 30 million, I keep saying opening weekend. It's going to be in that fifth week. Pardon me, I can't even talk. 30 million. That's what I'm thinking. 30. But who knows? So yeah, all Jaime needs in the Blue Beetle, all Blue Beetle needs is $35 million, and it could be sitting pretty at the top of the box office. And that would be something if that was to dethrone Barbie. We'll see. I don't believe that's going to be the case, but I also don't believe it's going to make the last voyage of the Demeter money. I just can't see that happening. Let's talk Spider-Man real quick. And just minor, but I can see why some people might be upset because Honestly, I hate changes in things that I've seen and I've enjoyed also. But this one to me doesn't really affect me in the same way. That being said, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is now available digitally. You can rent it, you can buy it, you can have at it, right? Hell, you can still go see it in the movie theaters. But apparently, they've kind of edited the movie. They've taken out some lines. They've done different things. I'm not 100% certain. All I keep seeing is this line, this line, this line. Certain things were taken out. And I'm like, okay, wow. And a lot of people are upset about it. They're going crazy. Now, the most notable one is when Miles is in, I can't pronounce it, Mumbattan, right? With the Indian Spider-Man, and they try to stop the catastrophic event, and he gets buried under the rubble going to save the little girl. And Spider-Gwen comes, and she's like, Miles, no, like she's freaking out. Apparently, they took that part out. They omitted her freaking out. People are mad. People are mad. And, while personally it doesn't bother me much, I can see why people would be mad at it. It's like George Lucas going back and adding so many things to, the original Star Wars trilogy with the special edition, then going back and adding even more things on the Blu-ray editions. And you're like, George, stop. No, listen, the original version, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. This doesn't bother me as much, but because Across the Spider-Verse seems to have such a cult following, and make no mistake about it, it's a great film. But this movie was like, whoo, it hit. I can see people getting mad at that. I personally don't. I'm going to still buy it when it comes out. I want the physical copy to put up on my bookshelf right next to Into the Spider-Verse. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, that's a tad bit of little controversy. Sony, what are you doing? Stop messing with your stuff. You created a great movie, damn near masterpiece in my opinion. It is right on the cusp. It's such a good movie. Leave it be. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Go continue to work on Beyond the Spider-Verse. That's what we want. And now that the fact that it is pushed back indefinitely, the release date has been taken away. We don't know when it's coming out. We don't know what's going on, how long this strike is going to last. Now that they're talking about the strike, you're going to have VHX, you hear me? Visual effects people going on strike too. What is going on? We are in trouble. So that's that. That's as far as I'm going to get into that. And we're going to talk about the last topic. The last topic, which is the Ahsoka show, Ahsoka Tano. Ooh, I tell you, I haven't been excited for a show like this in quite some time, especially something coming from Disney Plus. Seriously, for quite some time. I wasn't this excited for She-Hulk, although I thoroughly enjoyed She-Hulk. WandaVision, I was kind of there like, oh, snap, because there was these little quirks in the trailer that I was like, I gotta see it, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I didn't care for anything Miss Marvel did, and then I saw it, and I was like, that was a fun show. Miss Marvel definitely hit for me. I wasn't excited for Moon Knight. I wasn't excited for Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I wasn't excited for any of those things. I'm not excited for Loki season 2. The Andor, when that trailer dropped, that the first trailer was kind of like, it was the last trailer, I believe. I was like, oh man, and I was on board, but I just didn't like the show after I watched it. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't my type of Star Wars. It wasn't me. What other Star Wars? Oh, Mando season 3. I still have not watched it. I still have not gotten past the first 5 to 8 minutes of that first episode. So, you have that. I haven't really been too enthused with Disney as of late. I just haven't. I haven't watched Secret Wars or Secret Invasion. I have not watched it. I had no interest. When I saw that first trailer, I was like, oh, but then, and that was a while ago, but then the next couple of trailers started coming in, and I was like, you know what? This ain't for me. I'm not feeling it. I'm not hooked. But the Ahsoka show, on the other hand, No, I'm hooked. Do you know why I'm hooked? You know why I can't wait for this show? Is because as much as a lot of us, when she first dropped, found Ahsoka to be annoying, she grew on me. She grew on me, like quick too. I love that character. I loved her in Clone Wars as I started to watch Clone Wars. I loved when she popped up in Rebels. I was like, oh my God, here we go. And I loved when she popped up on Mando. I love the fact that there's a live action Ahsoka. Love Rosario Dawson, so I'm happy that she's Ahsoka. I'm happy she's playing her. So I'm super stoked for this show because it's kind of like it is a continuation from Rebels. This is the live action Rebels show. They're just not calling it that. They're just going all in with Ahsoka. And I'm okay with that. I like to see where her journey ends up. I'd love to see it. Where does she stop being her? Where does she end? I don't know if we're going to get it, but I like the idea of continuing this journey, especially because we're going to get Grand Admiral Thrawn and they're bringing in those Legends universe, and it's fitting in places. And again, all credit to where credit's due. Thank you, Dave Filoni, for staying true to who you are and doing your thing and giving your character that life that you initially created for her. That all being said, I am a little nervous. And I'm not nervous for the show. I think I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it. But it seems as of late, especially over this weekend and even today, that they have been blitzing with these promos and ads and behind the scene featurettes for Ahsoka like Ahsoka really needs it. And I'm sitting here scratching my head and saying to myself, does Ahsoka really need it? Because again, this character's been around since 2009? 2008, 2009, whenever that Clone Wars movie came out. Then she was in the Clone Wars, an integral part of that show as Anakin's Padawan. And then she grew, people just grew to love her. And I'm sitting here and I'm seeing featurette after featurette after featurette after trailer after final trailer. No, here's the real final trailer. No, maybe this one is the final trailer. Why? What are we doing here? Why are we doing this, Disney? Why are we getting bombarded with so much Ahsoka stuff? I'm completely confused by it because, again, make no mistake about it, more people know about Ahsoka than they did about Andor. If anything, you should have blitzkrieged the Andor series. Andor was a one-off character in Rogue One. Great movie, great character, no doubt about it. But that was it. That was his end. That movie. And I swear to you, and maybe it was there and I just chose not to pay attention. But I swear to you, I just feel like there's more marketing and advertisements and, again, a blitz for Ahsoka than there was for Andor. Than there was for The Mandalorian Season 3, which was the most recent Star Wars show. And I'm, again, baffled as to why. Why do we need so much of it? It's Ahsoka. She should be able to hold it down on the name recognition alone. So the only thing I could think of is Disney, Lucasfilm, Disney. Are they scared that nobody's gonna watch this? Are they threatened? That's not even a word. Are they threatened? Yes, that people are just gonna disregard it before they even watch an episode because of, I don't know, the way Disney's been doing things as of late, especially when it comes to Star Wars. I have no clue. I'm just sitting here and I'm waiting for this show. Every trailer they show, I'm saying to myself, you know what? Especially today, I was like, you know what? It seems like everything I'm seeing here are in the first 2 episodes that's going to drop next week. And things like that, I like. Because that just means the rest of the season is going to be a surprise. And I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. I mean, I could absolutely be wrong, and that could be stretched out across all the episodes. Fine, great, no doubt. But usually when a marketing blitz like this happens, it seems like they're showcasing a lot of the first 2 episodes. That's what we're going to get. Again, I just don't know why we're doing so much of it. I really don't. But I ain't mad. Listen, that show comes out next week on the 23rd. Oh, best believe I'm coming home right away and watching the hell. I might even watch the first episode on my lunch break at work. I might even do that. I cannot wait. This is the one show that I am extremely looking forward to, and it's been a minute. It's been a minute, Disney Plus. It's been a minute, but you have my undivided attention with Ahsoka. That'll do it for this episode of the Geek Out, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank y'all all for hanging out with me. You know, I'll be back here next week to see if Blue Beetle actually did any damage or fell flat on its face. Maybe Dracula made a move and went up in the box office, or maybe I'll tell you I seen it on Peacock. Who knows? But we shall find out. That'll do it. I'm G1, and we is out of here. Peace.